Welcome to CBC Music Backstage Pass, your all-access ticket into the world of Canadian music. We've got a special episode for you this week as the Sheepdogs take the show to Memphis. That's right, the birthplace of rock and roll.
My name is Ewan Currie. I'm from the Sheepdogs, and we are here in Memphis, Tennessee.
But it's not the sightseeing that has brought the Saskatoon rockers to the heartland. The band are here to pay tribute to the King with live performances from legendary Sun Studio.
Since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell.
The band also laid down original cuts from their self-titled album. But first, we get the Skinny on a Crew, who have been credited for the revival of 70s Southern rock. Lean in and crank it up. This is CBC Music Backstage Pass. In August 2011, the Sheepdogs made history by becoming the first unsigned band to grace the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. The breakthrough created massive buzz for the boys from Saskatchewan. A major label record deal soon followed, as well as international interest in the band's nostalgic look and sound. Backstage Pass spent some time with the Sheepdogs in Memphis, Tennessee during a session at rock and roll's legendary Sun Studio. Here's the band covering Elvis Presley's iconic Heartbreak Hotel on CBC Music Backstage Pass.
My name is Ewan Currie. I'm from the Sheepdogs, and we are here in Memphis, Tennessee. More specifically, we're at Graceland.
That's my house back there.
We are here at Graceland because the whole purpose of our being here in Memphis today is a tribute to Elvis, to the King. So we begin by coming here to Graceland, where he famously lived and I guess died. I heard he had 15 pounds of meat in his colon. I read that online, so it's got to be true. My relationship with the King is, I love rock and roll. That's my favorite thing in the whole world. The greatest catalyst for rock and roll was Elvis. He took rhythm and blues around the world, took it mainstream, and all my favorite rock bands, all of them pretty much got into music because of Elvis. They heard him on the radio or they saw him on TV. He's the King, he's an icon. There's no denying his influence. What can I say about Heartbreak Hotel? It's easily one of the most iconic Elvis tunes. It's a kind of subject matter that could be very whiny and very unsympathetic, and Elvis injects it with cool. Like it's a lament, but it's not a lament by a weak personality. He gives us some toughness, he gives us some grit. That's what rock and roll is. It's a way you find a way to emote and complain, and you make it tough and you make it cool. That's why I hate emo. It's because it's whiny and it's just a bunch of whiny guys being a bunch of little babies. And rock and roll is about being a man. And so, even you may be lonely or you may be, an emotional wreck, you still find a way to have some showmanship and have the balls to deliver it, in a manly rock and roll fashion. So that's what it means to me. Sorry, emo guys, but it should be no surprise I don't like emo,
Well, since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. It's down at the end of Lonely Street, that Heartbreak Hotel. I've been so lonely, baby. I've been so lonely. I've been so lonely I could die. And although it's always crowded, you still can't find some room where broken-hearted lovers do cry away their gloom. I've been so lonely. I've been so lonely, baby. You made me lonely, I could die. Well, the bellhop's tears keep flowing, and the desk clerk's dressed in black. Well, they've been so long on Lonely Street, they ain't ever gonna look back. I've been so lonely. I've been so lonely. I've been so lonely I could die. Oh. baby leaves you, you got a tale to tell. Just take a walk down lonely street to that Heartbreak Hotel. I'd be so lonely. I'd be so lonely. I'd be so lonely. I could die.
I love Memphis. We've been here a couple times. It just, you can feel the music in the air, whether it's, you know, Sun Studios, Elvis, Stax, High Records. There's so much great soul music came out of here. Otis Redding, Sam and Dave, Booker T and the MGs, Al Green. So it's just an incredible place for music history. And the fried chicken's awesome too.
We are at Gus's, world famous fried chicken. This is a place we were told to come the very first time we came to Memphis, and there's a lot of places you go to where people are like, you gotta go here, you gotta go there. Every time we come to Memphis, we make a point to come to Gus's because the fried chicken is just that good. It is, I don't know how to explain it, I don't know what it is they do. I don't know if it's the oil, the batter, the chicken, but something about it is so delicious that this is easily one of my favorite restaurants. I think we all agree, like it's just something special. Fried chicken is something in Canada, we think of fried chicken, we think of the colonel, the dirty bird. This is not the case. This is elevated. This is better. So, you know, it's a soul food. It feels good. It makes you feel happy. And, you know, we're in for a night of recording, so what better way to kind of get in the mood, get in the spirit than this delicious chicken. It's like musical aphrodisiac or some shit. I like this place because they just do one thing. Like it's you come here for chicken. There's no burger. There's no anything else. So you literally come here for chicken, some sides, fried pickles. It's kind of like, you know, if you do one thing really well, you can go a long way with that. And it's like music, same thing, blues or soul music, whatever your bread and butter is. There's a lot to be said for doing one thing very well. You should be able to dance to rock and roll. It should be fun. It should be party music. It shouldn't be depressed, angry, loner, sludge rock. You know, it should be a party, a celebration. Like eating chicken at Gus's. You know, we're gonna do a song called "Hang On to Yourself," which is a song from our first full-length album, which we made in 2006. And it's just a good straight-ahead rock song that... Yeah, all right. Thank you. It just lends itself to the straight-ahead kind of recording process that we're going to do. I think that's part of the appeal as well to this whole thing is that this isn't a complicated, you know, week-long, month-long thing. It's just, we're going to set up and we're going to play, and that's it. It's very simple. I like that about it.
You guys need anything else with those?
No, sir, we're good.
Want to see more videos from the road? You can check out the entire Memphis road trip as well as other Backstage Pass sessions from all across Canada at cbcmusic.ca.
This place is pretty stunning. It's Canada. It's amazing.
After the break, another song from the King, laid down exclusively for CBC Music Backstage Pass. This is CBC Music Backstage Pass.
You know, Sun Studios is like early Elvis and Johnny Cash, you know, the sort of old school trio, you know, like the stand-up bass and the real simple backing. It's like the birthplace of rock, and, you know, I really like recording music as much as I like playing live. I love recording. And so to come to like a legendary studio like this, more than just, you know, in terms of like gear and the board and everything, it's all about kind of like the mojo of the place. Just to be in a place where, you know, so many famous musicians threw down, it's pretty amazing, you know. One of the songs we're doing tonight is That's All Right Mama, which is Elvis's first single, I believe, and he cut it here at Sun Studios. So when we were asked to do this project, this was the first song I thought we would do. If you listen to the Sun recordings of Elvis, there's a lot of ballads, a lot of sort of down-tempo, but That's All Right Mama was sort of like the most rockin' tune of that batch. So we kind of took it and we kind of amped it up and made it even more lively and you know, more aggressive electric guitars and a faster, harder beat. But I think that the spirit of what Elvis was trying to achieve, you know, up-tempo, you know, sort of sex-infused rock and roll, hopefully that's what's going to come across.
CBCmusic.ca curates the best in Canadian music and pop culture with exclusive videos, blogs, and music streams. Check us out online and become part of our growing community. After the break, the Sheepdogs drop the vocals and go heavy and hard to take us out. This is CBC Music Backstage Pass.
We're here in the Sun Studio control room, and you can see there's a lot of vintage gear behind me. I actually found out today that apparently it didn't used to be this vintagey. It used to be kind of more 80s, and it didn't really sort of honor its classic roots, but it looks like they've kind of got back to their old school vibe now. This looks like it could be some piece of equipment from World War II over here. These old Ampex compressors and preamps are pretty cool. Slick. Look at this talkback mic. You know Sam Phillips talked into that. There's a lot of good stories we heard today. I mean, everything from like, you know, crazy drunken Jerry Lewis stories to, you know, just the way that this place was neglected for so many years and is finally kind of having a resurgence in the last, you know, 5 to 10 here. It's great to see something like this restored back to the way it used to be. And I think that, you know, there's an important history and a tradition that, you know, of the music in this town here in Memphis, from Sun Records to High Records to Stax. There's a tradition of music here in Memphis that it really needs to be preserved, and you know, it's depressing to think that this place went unused for so long, because not only, you know, is there the tradition and history, but it's also a really cool room. Like, it really is. It was a treat to record here, and you know, it kind of got me thinking about future recording projects, maybe coming back. You know, I really am, I think, taking away from this, I mean, it's really cool to be in a historic studio, but doing it like the way that they would have recorded it, you know, recorded, playing live, no headphones, singing live, it's very exhausting. Like, I'm really tired right now. But it's tougher, you know, we live in a world where you can fix a lot of your mistakes in post, or you can do one thing at a time and layer it, and even just recording without singing live is so much easier than doing what we did here today. But you see, you know, it makes you appreciate how great those musicians were, like Elvis's band and any of those guys. They're just such pros because they had to be. And nowadays, you know, recording process is a lot more forgiving. I wouldn't say a newfound appreciation for the old school musicians, because I always had a huge appreciation, but doing, I guess, you know, it has deepened my appreciation.
That's it for this special episode of CBC Music Backstage Pass. Remember, to see and share any of these performances, visit us online at cbcmusic.ca. Thanks for crashing.